Uh-huh.
Ooh, that's a lot.
That's a job for you. You can get something with all the seeds in it.
I already have a bowl full.
Yeah, but there's 10 billion seeds.
I don't want
I
to.
know how much you like to make
I
them.
don't want to.
to put my seeds in.
No, I don't have any more.
Here's what he's remote.
What?
You look like a walrus, honey.
Mommy?
Yeah. Your mask is upside down.
Where's his horns?
You took them all. Let Daddy fix your mask.
I can't. My hand's full of stuff.
All right, let Chris fix it. There. All right. There's your tail. Say trick or treat. Can you say trick or treat? Come on, let's go see what Molly's doing. Okay. I see, honey. There he is. Yeah. What? I see. Yeah. Where's your mask?
Right here.
You want to put it on? Okay. Yeah. Come on in, we'll see what Chris has on. Okay? Come on, let's go in and see what Chris is doing.
No, just
Where? No, that's the pumpkin man. That's our pumpkin man. That's not Chris. Let's go see what Chris is doing. That's not Chris. There's Chris. Chris? Ah. David, who's that? David, who is that?
Mommy.
What? Help! Oh, you know what? I'm going to try and angle it a little more. Brian doesn't want him to have that bowl cut anymore. You know, like cover his ears, go down on more of an angle instead of, you know how we usually do that little European.
Oh, look at that mouth. You're a silly kid. You're a silly wolf.
don't think there's one in the house low enough. This may be a new experience for him. What are you doing, honey? That's good. Get all soap out. You getting it all out? Good. Good job. What? Are you all done with your baby? Good. Let me see her. Oh, nice and clean. That's great, hon. You're a good dad.
That's your eyes.
Yeah.
That's your eyes. That's your eyes.
A choo-choo train. Oh.
How about that? Okay, here's the good one.
Let me see your camera, hon. Let's see. Wow. Wow. Can you take Daddy's picture?
No.
No. Push the button down. See what happens. Ball pillow. Yeah, like a cushion.
Yeah.
Wow, a tool. Press that button there.
This is nothing.
Yeah.
Wow.
See what happens. Press the little blue button. Bring it here, I'll show you.
No.
No. Oh, my table!
Now, Mom, I'm only doing a demonstration for David.
Oh, okay.
And I'm using this table. Some money. I beg some money.
Hey, Molly, watch my coffee, would you, sweetie?
Why did I make it? Why did I get it here?
Thanks.
I got open this, Mom.
Okay.
I
Yeah, but
think
2 hour
that's
tape.
On this side, Dave. Okay.
No, just let him keep going.
Just let him keep going, Molly. This is
Okay.
taking long enough.
Do this side then.
Do it, Mommy. Do it.
Oh, what is it, Dave?
Oh, Pew Master.
Wow.
A bird's
Great, let me see. Oh, that's nice, honey.
Can I see?
What's that a picture of, sweetie? Huh? A kitty cat. What? Huh?
See the other side.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter. How's it feel?
Cozy.
Oh, it looks
I can
cozy.
go to sleep right now.
Okay. What is it, Molly?
Hurricane.
Oh.
What's in here, Mom? What's in here? Let me taste this. No. Buttons.
Shoes! I couldn't imagine what...
Pretty
Oh, you got them!
textures.
Did you like them?
Yeah.
They're great.
Oh, open it.
Oh,
It wasn't a bad picture you drew either. It's pretty close.
Oh, I love these.
Mom.
Oh, I forgot about that. You like that?
Yeah.
Oh, I love these boots with my long black trench coat. Thank you.
That's in him.
Oh, what is that? Bubble bath and basketball for your bathtub. That's for when you take a bath.
What you doing, Mom?
I'm watching Chris open his present
What'd Santa bring you?
while I open my present. Did Santa bring you something?
What is it?
He didn't see where it's from
Oh,
yet.
he doesn't know?
Didn't read the label.
I mean, Chris got something he doesn't know?
Yeah. See where it's from?
I saw Pennsylvania.
Mom, I've got to paint this.
Customer service.
But
Frank.
Sydney does.
Oh, it doesn't say where it's from.
No.
Look, Mom.
That's cute. And we have to wait for Chris to open his present. Let's see what Santa brought Chris. What did Santa bring Chris?
Open it.
Go find another present under the tree.
Quick, before we run out of film, find out what it is.
Are you running that?
Mine, back to Mom.
Let's see. That's for Daddy. That's for Daddy. Careful.
How do they box this thing?
I don't know. Well, for mailing. Let's see who this one's for. That's for Molly. Give it to Molly.
It
It's
is?
on VTR, whatever that means.
Wow, look at those cars. Wow, look at those cars.
Yeah.
My God. That's a lot of cars. What was
Can I
wrong?
take a picture of my coat?
It might not come out in the car. What was wrong with the camera?
It was on VTR, whatever that means.
What do we have here? Oh, for my table.
Yeah.
Oh, how nice. Oh, with fudge in it.
Oh.
Holy cow. Oh, David's helping himself.
Oh, God.
Look. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I know what it is without seeing the name or
That's for Molly.
Oh, she wants babies. Oh, she didn't have one. She hasn't gotten one.
Me?
Sabrina.
Fred just loves it. I got him
Here's
that.
what you got mine.
Now
She
I
loves
have
anything
that.
that squeaks, like Sabrina does.
There you go. Thank you, hon.
Anything squeaks.
What, is this one missing?
Oh, he's got to have its loader put on.
Oh! What's this? Well, there you go. You found your own
Here,
present.
Dave, let me put the loader on.
It's from Barry and Phoebe.
recognize Molly. She's got it.
She has got the baby.
That's all right. Where did you get mine?
There you go.
Where did you get mine for him? Apparently how it works. I gave up on it almost. I'll tell you.
Yeah, keep all the instructions.
Do you have the same paper as we do?
No. You're rabbit.
This is, oh, okay. This tag got on the wrong present. He saw one in the newspaper
Yes, he
while I
did.
was here
Yes,
last
he
time.
did. Radio one, looks like the antique time.
Yeah, it sure does.
Isn't that neat? Let me see it, babe.
It sounds good too. I was
Oh,
surprised.
thank
yeah.
you, David.
We used to have one.
Dave, you're looking at it
What is-
upside down.
Oh, how about that? It's the same company that makes his saw. There's a picture of his saw. I never heard of them before.
What is it,
I
Mary?
picked out 2 other things. It's spinner thing.
Yeah, round and round it goes. Good.
Oh my God, where are we gonna put it, Mary?
He's
Thanks a
gonna get
lot.
sick as a dog.
I don't know, but we'll see. We gave him a couple of things. We gave him the bowling set.
Oh.
This, I was wondering.
How are you doing with yours, Mary? You got yours together yet?
Well, sort of.
I saw that and in the store. I thought, I wonder if he'd like
God.
He's never owned one.
Mary.
Huh?
At least you didn't get a kitchen.
Wonder what he's saying.
A popple.
Doctor kit.
Popple.
Bopples. Okay.
Other bottles.
Take it over to Daddy-O and he'll show you what to do with all this stuff. Jeff or Ziggy, Barry?
Ziggy, look out,
Jeff
man.
on Ziggy
We got
again.
Ziggy.
Nuts.
Let's see what we got here. Okay? Where's it open? Oh, look what we got. I know stuff. Thanks. How's it open, huh?
Oh, more tape. Have to get your.
I doubt it. Who's got the smoker?
He can be just like you.
So you're gonna be like Daddy-O, huh?
What you doing?
What are you doing? What you doing?
Let's listen to your heart, Dave.
Well, listen to your heart. Let me see. See what sounds like it. It works. It works. Hear your heart?
Clap your hands.
Molly, honey.
Did you hear your heart?
Did you hear it,
Go
Dave?
hear Mom's heart. Likes the idea. Put on your heart. How about that? He liked the idea of that. Yeah. He's listening to your heart. How about that? How about that? Try Mom's out. Do
listen to my
Mom's heart. Do Mom's heart.
If some of his patients can see him now.
I know, I'm going to sell this.
It's very, it's got a nice little flourish.
You
Let's
take
see what we have here. Slow rock, faster than we'll walk. There's
Mary.
something else. Play the reggae.
Reggae.
Yeah, that was good.
Go reggae.
Hey, Mom, we got to go get something to smoke, Mom. Well, who's the Brian? Who's the reggae guy? The guy? Bob? Yeah, Bob Marley or not, Dad? So Brian, you can play that through the stereo too. We had an AC adapter. You can play it through the stereo. Is that as loud as it'll go? I like it loud.
Very nice of that.
I like it loud. I got too much background stuff going. Now record, Brian. We'll show you the record function. Do the record thing, Dad. Record something. But first, turn the volume up.
What you were just playing, that sounded good.
Remember, you got to turn down though the accompaniment. Not the accompaniment,
No, the rhythm.
The rhythm. Turn the accompaniment up. Okay, now press record. Now press the play stop.
Yeah, start stop
Start,
first,
stop.
and then record.
Not
Record first, and
then
then
start stop.
Oh, yeah.
Now anything at all. Okay, now press stop. Start stop. Okay, now press it again. There. Now, Dad, no, wait, let that finish, and then try something accompaniment. Put in a rhythm with it, Any of the rhythms with it.
What's the wall?
Okay, so put a waltz with it. I think that'll work. I'm not certain. All you do is turn the accompaniment on, turn on waltz, and then press the start. Start, stop, yeah.
Waltz.
I don't think you did it in the right order, Dad. Huh? I don't think you did it in the right order.
Yeah, that's waltz.
No, I know that's the waltz, but you don't have to touch. All you have to do is have it on.
At one time, we believe may have hurt their own family as a copycat.
One person could change economies here.
Yes.
East Rutherford, New Jersey. Hello.
Hi, Larry.
Hi.
I'd like to know if this also applies to fruit products such as yogurt.
Your rhythm sounds terrible. But see, that's the idea, Brian. That's how you put stuff together, you know.
Put together, Dave.
Oh, that was cute.
You see his face?
Yeah, Mary didn't get that.
Try it again, Dad. Try something else for him.
This time.
Huh?
Let's see, hit some keys.
That's the worst thing. What were you doing? We were playing White Christmas last night. That's not it.
There it is.
Are we still playing this on electric guitar, though, Dad? Let's play it on piano. Try the
Piano.
piano. Now try it.
Piano.
That's better. Okay, now record that, Dad. Get that little kid out of there. Record it.
That little kid
help
already
me.
pressed
No, you gotta turn off the. You remember, you gotta turn down the dumb. Oh God, we're playing this again. Now press the start.
That's Blue Danube and Bossa Nova. How you like that?
Yeah. Good, they're in Japanese.
That's your grandson doing all that playing. Oh, but his little face when he does it is the cutest thing.
Very good.
Cassie's taking violin lessons.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Yeah, violin.
I like
Dave, let me see what a violin is.
And
That's
the
the violin
piano.
right there. Sounds violin to me.
Yeah, that's a violin, isn't it?
Guess you can imagine.
Well, that part sort of sounds like a violin. That part. No, it does.
Okay.
Okay. Are you gonna finish your breakfast?
Yep.
Okay. What else can he do?
No.
Huh? Does he have guns?
Yeah.
Yeah? Let me hear him.
What's this?
I don't know.
What's this?
It's probably the speaker.
What's he say?
Finish your breakfast.
That's 50, Mom.
Yeah. Are you going to finish that or not? Good boy.
Boy, beep, beep,
What'd you say? Want to watch cartoons? Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, finish your waffle. Finish up and go watch cartoons. Go get it, Fred. Go on. Go on. Oh. Bye. Don't run around the house anymore. He's gonna fall down.
That was silly what I did, wasn't it? Boy, I can't wait to watch this. Look here, guys. Look here.
I guess everything's related to cancer nowadays.
Most of the people we talked with said they want to see more studies before they change their ways. Everyone in Baltimore City faces another medical problem tonight. This one involves a shortage of medical personnel. The city needs 50 paramedics, and right away. Baltimore's emergency medical force is down by 36%, leaving firefighters to fill in. Channel 2's Joan Gartland is in our newsroom with more on how this may be affecting care. Joan?
Well, Sally, the city fire department says the shortage is not affecting care, but it does mean there are a third fewer trained paramedics on the street than the department believes there should be. If you call an ambulance in Baltimore City, it may arrive without the help you need. That's because the city's suffering from a severe shortage of trained paramedics. Out of a budgeted force of 140, the city currently has 51 vacancies.
Okay, I need to keep that there, okay?
To fill in the gaps, the fire department is sending out firefighters with paramedics, and at very busy times are so-called red alerts like yesterday at this motorcycle accident on North Avenue, sending out backup ambulances with firefighters alone. 24-year-old paramedic Linda Langrill says the shortage makes a tough job even tougher.
We try not to let it affect the care that they get. It probably slows down the care that they get. It could be done faster if there's two paramedics working together as opposed to a firefighter and a paramedic, but they probably get they get good care regardless. It's just sometimes slower than it could be if there's two paramedics riding together.
No, we don't think it's affecting care.
Fire Department Captain Pat Flynn says all firefighters have some emergency medical training and can provide good care. In fact, in response time in other areas, Baltimore's emergency medical system is held up as a model to other cities. Flynn says the department just can't find enough trained and state-certified paramedics who want to work in the city.
There are greener pastures. They're highly qualified, they're state certified, and they can go to other jurisdictions, make more money.
Paramedics in Baltimore City start at $19,000 a year, $4,000 less than they could start out in Baltimore County. The city's 16 medic units also answer more calls, 88,000 last year alone.
Well, city salary starts a little bit lower than some of the counties, and you work a lot harder. We probably get 3 times as many runs as most of the counties do, and we're paid a couple $1,000s less. A lot of people would rather go for the money and less work.
The City Fire Department is currently looking at several ways of trying to recruit more paramedics. One way under consideration would be to hire people with some medical training and let them get their paramedic training on the job. Sally?
Joan, you mentioned shortages in the city, but what about the outlying counties? What about Baltimore County?
Well, even though the city feels like it's losing out to the counties aren't doing that well either. We checked with Baltimore County. They have 18 vacancies now, and we do hear that they're planning to go to the city to recruit, so the problem in the city could get a lot worse.
Great. Okay, thanks a lot. Joan Gartland reporting from our newsroom.
It's 5:07, and former Conrail engineer Ricky Gates is out of jail tonight after his mother put up her life savings and fellow union members pledged the rest for his $11,000 bail. Gates' bail was reduced this morning from $50,000 by Circuit Court Judge Leonard Jacobson, who said despite the national attention surrounding the case, Gates should be treated like everyone else. The 32-year-old former locomotive engineer had been in jail since Monday when he was indicted on 16 counts of manslaughter by locomotive as a result of last January's fatal train crash in Chase. So 11 members of the United Transportation Union and 2 others agreed to pay that $5,000, the rest of the bail.
Well, we came down here to show our support for Mr. Gates, that he's not going to stand by himself in this.
Why are you putting the money up?
To see that he can get out and take care of his family and himself during these trying days.
Gates' lawyer says it could be a year before his case comes to trial.
As former engineer Ricky Gates leaves jail tonight, another suit has been filed in connection with the Amtrak tragedy. The parents of Princeton University honor student Cerise Horn have filed a $300 million lawsuit against Conrail and Amtrak. The Horns, who live in Cockeysville, charged that Conrail allowed a drug and alcohol-impaired engineer to man the Conrail train. This is the 6th suit in connection with the crash filed in Baltimore. Overly High School is trying to overcome a big shock tonight. The death of longtime baseball coach Joe Andreoni has shaken the entire school community. Andreoni collapsed on the baseball field just after practice yesterday. Doctors say his death was due to an apparent heart attack. Channel 2's Horace Holmes spent the afternoon at Overly talking to students and teachers about the man they called Mr. A.
Joe Andreoni. They called him Mr. A pillar that held up Overly High.
He was a teacher, a coach, a friend, a best friend to everybody.
All the good things that happened here at Overly were partly the cause of the joy and the positive force that Mr. Andreoni exerted on all of us. I feel like I've lost a brother, a very close brother.
There is a deep sense of loss at Overly today, a sense of loss and shock.
A friend of mine, Wanda, she was crying from the time she got on the bus stop, and I felt real helpless because I couldn't help her. And when I look at the baseball players, all of them, it's still a shock. It really is. I still can't believe he's gone.
He loved what he was doing. The kids loved him. He was the kind of person who would never say no to you. Constantly would give and give and give.
And he gave all he had to the kids every school day for the last 25 years. He gave words of encouragement right till the end. And at the end, Mr. A was where he loved to be, on the field with his kids.
We were standing there, and he told us, he said, well, let's play like we did yesterday, and let's go on up and get ready for tomorrow. And then, as soon as he said, let's go on up, he just fell.
It just doesn't comprehend in your mind. It's tough to see what happened. Just everybody's a mess.
Try to forget it, and you just can't wake up time after time. just like a dream. And
There's
and not waking up.
nobody's gonna be able to take his place. There's nobody. Nobody's gonna be able to fill his spot.
At Overly High, Horace Holmes, Channel 2 News.
Overly High School is setting up a scholarship in Joe Andreoni's name. If you want to contribute, contact the school. We'll be right back.
Back when we made our very first ballpark Frank.
Are we close? Nope.
We didn't set out to make a hot dog that plumped, just a better hot dog.
Are we close? Nope.
We knew that if we left out sugar...
No.
And we added more lean fresh meat...
No.
It would be better.
No.
But then we discovered something quite surprising.
It's getting bigger. Why is it getting bigger? It's, showing off.
Ballpark Franks, they plump when you cook them.
For Sam Breakstone's cottage cheese, the cream couldn't be too rich.
By Habermeyer, this is rich. By Sam Breakstone, this isn't rich. Tell Habermeyer it's richer, but not rich enough. Tell Habermeyer it took him long enough.
Because Sam was so demanding then, his all-natural cottage cheese is so smooth, rich, and creamy now.
And tell Habermeyer, you make a nice, rich cream.
In regular and low-fat styles.
Wow!
What's new? New mini burgers. From Burger King. New burger bundles. Tasty little guys. New burger bundles. Are these good? Or what? Burger King, the best food for fast times.
Smart shoppers nowhere. Smart shoppers go. Baltimore's Best Buy, but still at Epstein.
Right now, during Epstein's 61st anniversary sale, famous brand sheet sets 50% off. 5-piece dinette sets only $139. Playtex, Exquisite Form, Best Form bras and girdles, and Cupid girdles 50% off. Hoover electric broom just $25, plus hundreds of other reductions throughout all stores.
Baltimore's Best Buy, but still at Epstein.
It's day 3 of the Iran-Contra hearings, and tempers are growing short. Retired General Richard Secord was back in the witness chair today, but this time the jokes were gone. Instead, he got into some sharp exchanges with the investigating committee. Senate Attorney Arthur Lyman repeatedly asked Secord about a Swiss bank account containing money from the Iran arms deal, and Secord repeatedly denied he was in line to use those funds. At one point, he said, "I didn't come here voluntarily to be badgered." Meanwhile, the family of former CIA Director William Casey is asking for donations in his memory to go to the Nicaraguan rebels. Casey died yesterday. He was 74. His testimony before congressional investigators of the Iran-Contra affair was blocked when Casey suffered a brain seizure.
Well, now get this. Another anti-stadium campaign is underway, this one in Montgomery County. 2 county legislators have joined up with a group called Marylanders for Sports Sanity. They're trying to get the stadium issue put on the referendum, and they hope the public will turn down a proposal to build 2 new stadiums at Camden Yards. The delegates also want Governor Schaefer to call an emergency session of the General Assembly to rethink the stadium issue. Some of us get our thrills from skydiving or motorcycle riding or Parcheesi. But for real excitement, we all know the true source is America's favorite game show, The Wheel of Fortune. The chance to be on the show brought hundreds of people to downtown Baltimore today, and among them, but not trying out, Channel 2's Andy Barth.
We all know The Wheel with Vanna and Pat and Big Bucks, but most of us will never get closer to it than the 80 people in this room. Some of 600 here who will try for a no-expenses-paid trip to Burbank and a chance to be on the show. 50 will make it, and we can promise they won't be shy or introverted. Only the demonstrative need apply, willing to laugh and cry and share and bounce with 42 million people. The game requires guessing words and phrases. Getting on it requires emoting.
S, please. No.
Don't have
What's so awesome? Well, all these real people called California at their own expense and persuaded these Hollywood producers to let them try for the show. After the wheel was spun and the phrases guessed and the biographical stand-ups delivered,
I love politics, traveling, cooking, and swimming.
Most of these people were rejected. Thanks for trying, the producers said, and the disappointed rationalized.
I didn't really expect to make it.
Well, I really didn't expect to make it anyway.
And I never thought I would get this far.
Got a little disappointed, but it was kind of fun.
The producers are nice people, really, enduring a new city each month and regretting the disappointment they bring to the rejected.
Yeah, we don't like to break the heart.
But the elation of the selected is a pleasure. Those chosen know why.
I have a high energy level.
I can get real crazy!
You can see these local heroes on the show here on Channel 2 sometime in the next year, if they make it through the final elimination on Saturday. I'm Andy Barth, Channel 2 News.
By the way, don't bother trying to find out where those tryouts are. The show's producers say they already have more people than they can use, and they aren't taking any more applications for now. I guess in Hollywood talk that would be, don't call us, we'll call you.
Anyone who walked outside for lunch today must have had a tough time going back into work. It's gorgeous out there.
Really, but now, can it be a repeat occasion? Meteorologist Ken Phillips will be up next and we'll find out.
Great variety. More variety.
Great variety. We asked Baltimore, what do you want in your new radio station?
Variety. A better mix of oldies with the new songs.
Favorites of yesterday and today. Here's what you're saying, Baltimore, about the new WMix 106.5 FM.
It's my favorite radio station. A great new station. The best mix of 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Listen to the new WMix 106.5 FM.
If I were a lawyer, I would be the same person. Or if I were a baseball player, I'd be like, you know, like Pete Rose, Mr. Hustle. Because if you sit there and you say, okay, I know how to do this, and I'm successful at it, obviously, look what I've accomplished, and that's as far as I want to go with it, then that's as far as you'll go, and somebody will surpass you.
It's coming. You hoped if you ignored it, it would never return. Not so. Now some of you will be ready. Those who asked BG&E about replacing your old central air conditioner with a high-efficiency heat pump. The rest of you, well, I guess you just like it hot. Call BG&E's Comfort Consultant.
In commemoration of our 150th year, the Baltimore Sun presents an historic issue featuring the magazine, 150 People Who Shaped the Way We Live. May 17th in the Sunday Sun. Monday, it will be a collector's item.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
How sick were you?
Well, enough that it wasn't worth coming into work. Let's put it that way.
I understand that your voice was bad.
I had some other problems that went along with that. I saw your story about Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
Was Vanna White in there? Cause,
sorry.
Oh, I have some pictures of her I wanted her to autograph.
I'm sure if she were in Baltimore, Ken, she would have called you.
Yeah, I wish she had called, but it just didn't work out. Let me show you. We have something coming up. The Butcher's Hill Spring House Tour is coming up. It's this Saturday, and if you show up at Patterson Park Pagoda with $6.50 each, you get a continental breakfast, and then you get to tour 15 homes and apartments. It should be a lot of fun. They do it every year, and the places look great. Okay, now you're asking, can we have more of what we've had? We're going to have more of what we've had, and I'll show you why. We have sunshine out there now with a couple of cloudy periods. Looks like the sun was in full bloom at that time. We have a temperature of 80 degrees. We hit 83 today. Relative humidity 28%. That's very low. Winds are west at 10, and the barometer steady. High today was 83. And the low 60 were 11 degrees warmer than normal. Watch the cloud cover. First of all, down along the Gulf, you can see the heavy thunderstorms that have been rumbling along the Gulf area. But now as it repeats, we'll watch this cold front. Watch it repeat. There we are. This is the cold front. It's worked all the way down through here during the late afternoon. In the last hour or so, you've seen some clouds come by. They came as a result of that cold front coming in, but it's quite dry. Just produced some clouds. Behind it, we'll get a couple of degrees cooler air, but no really great change is in store for us. Everybody's reporting partly sunny to sunny skies with temperatures in the mid-70s and up into the upper 70 range. But look at Harrisburg, 68 and only 61 over in Pittsburgh. Temperatures today, Saranac Lake, 51 degrees this afternoon, 98 in Palm Springs, California. Here's where those clouds where you can see the thunderstorms down there. Frontal system, this generating the clouds in the Gulf, and here's our front that's just coming through, a very dry system. A few clouds, and that'll be just about it. It will be moving on by and dropping on south of us as the time goes by, and as we get into tomorrow afternoon, we'll have another disturbance come by, then high pressure will take over, and we'll be back into the sunshine once again. No great problem. In fact, over the weekend, this warm front will be heading in our direction, and with that, by about Monday or Tuesday, temperatures will get into the low, perhaps mid-80s. If you like it warm, it's on the way. 70s, 60s, here are the 50s, some 40s. We'll be right on the dividing line here, 50s, upper 40s. You see a few 30s around, but they won't affect us. My forecast for the next 24 hours, sunshine, couple of clouds here and there, winds northwest, 10 to 15, temperature in the 70s. We'll drop out of the 80s shortly, and then partly cloudy overnight. Readings will drop down through the 60s until we hit a low in the low 50s by about 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Start out the morning with a mixture of sun and clouds, and by the afternoon, we'll have mostly sunny skies. Temperature in the mid-70s instead of the low 80s, so it'll be a few degrees cooler. Next 5 days, partly sunny, 75. Saturday, mostly sunny in about the mid-70s. On Sunday, partly sunny, 77 degrees. The heat and humidity start to hit there. Monday, 75 with clouds coming in, and by Tuesday, I think we'll hit at least 80 degrees. Could be a thunderstorm early Tuesday afternoon somewhere, and that'll seem more spring-like now, won't it?
And the weekend looks wonderful.
It really does.
Thanks.
And we can see your dog now coming in.
Oh, yeah, she's getting ready. She's putting on her makeup.
Now I'm nervous. Still ahead for you on the News Hour, something you may never have seen before. It's that and something else in good news. But next, more of today's medical news, including a warning from Dr. Red Duke about addiction at home. And pay phones get some hot competition in today's consumer news. And then, in our next half hour, do you look like your pet? We'll find out as Tony Pagnotti continues his special report, Pets Are People Too.
Your basic soft wheat bread has about a smidgen of whole wheat. The new Wonder Soft 100% whole wheat bread has a whole passel. And that's a difference we can all sink our teeth into.
Wonder Wheat. Just a little slice of America. Wonder Bread. Just a part of life in America. Wonder Bread. Wonder Bread.
Well, there ain't nothing better than a bigger burger.
Some fast food places will do anything to sell you a meal.
Try our new family-sized fries.
Anything.
There's a luau in every bite. Presenting the world's smallest
At Hardee's, we won't give you a big song and dance, just a good, honest meal for your money. Right now at Hardee's, get a quarter-pound cheeseburger, regular fries, and medium drink for only $1.99. It's all because at Hardee's, we're out to win you over.
Brown's Honda City has just set a new sales record, but this month we're out to break it by offering incredible savings during our record-breaking sale. Right now, Brown's has four-door Civics for just $163 a month, Preludes just $221 a month, Accord hatchbacks just $173 a month, and CRXs just $140 a month. We're determined to break our latest sales record, and that's why the record-breaking sale is your chance to get the best deals on our full selection. So hurry to Brown's Honda City, Ritchie Highway, Glen Burnie, the home of customer satisfaction.
The finer things. Happily, some are affordable, like Grey Poupon Dijon mustard. Grey Poupon has the classic quality of the original French Dijon recipe created centuries ago. A distinctively delicious taste for meats, salad dressings, and sauces. So enjoy one of life's finer pleasures.
Pardon, monsieur, est-ce que vous avez du Grey Poupon?
Mais bien sûr. Grey Poupon, one of life's finer pleasures.
Earlier in the News Hour, we brought you details of our top medical story today. 2 studies published today suggest a link between alcohol and breast cancer. Specifically, the reports suggest women who drink 3 alcoholic beverages weekly increase the chance of getting breast cancer. But we're also following these medical stories for you tonight in HealthCast. If you went to a restaurant today, you might have missed something from your table. Scenes like this one you're about to see are being played over and over in the state today. Saltless tables. It's all part of the great salt out, the American Heart Association's attempt to get Marylanders to cut the salt for one day and decrease the chance of contributing to high blood pressure. It was also the association's way to draw attention to this month, National High Blood Pressure Month.
Addiction can destroy a family, and as Dr. Red Duke explains in his series this week, addictive behavior usually is the result of a family situation.
I want to talk to you about a family disease, one that began before the children were born, before the parents were married, even before we realized that addiction is a family disease. Addictive behavior is born out of the way that we learn to deal with our feelings when we were children.
I think a lack of communication, a lack of discussion about feelings, that many times the kids are brought up with a sense that it's not okay to have certain feelings.
So instead of talking about their feelings of pain or sadness, fear, or even joy, and having these feelings affirmed, sometimes kids channel these feelings into unhealthy, addictive behaviors. And as these kids grow up, the problem begins all over again as they marry and have children on their own. Take the family who lives with an alcoholic, for instance.
You can't live in that kind of chaos without being damaged in some way, shape, or form.
Now, whether you're talking about the family of an alcoholic, a drug-dependent person, a food, or a work addict, if that person is to recover, the family must be involved in that process. Without the necessary tools to deal with the inevitable ups and downs of daily life, the members of a family are going to react in the same unhealthy ways that they learned in their dysfunctional families. And that cycle starts all over again. You not only have to help the addict, you really have to help yourself. I'm Dr. Red Duke.
Tomorrow, Dr. Duke explains how the family can help a member who's suffering from an addiction.
Well, now here's a good question for you. Have you used an alien payphone yet? C&P Telephone ads are urging people to stick with its phones, but consumer specialist Dick Irby reports many of its competitors' phones are going in all over Maryland.
For more than 80 years, if you used a payphone, it belonged to C&P. But under phone deregulation, almost anyone can now sell, install, or maintain payphones. And it seems like almost everyone is.
I think a person's going to use our phone just as well as they'd use a C&P phone, and it's been happening.
A year ago, Frank DeVonzo was a medical equipment salesman. Today, he's president of Televin, a company that sells or rents payphones. Today, C&P removed its two payphones outside the We2 Lounge, and Televin replaced them with its model. Why would the lounge owner and other businessmen want to switch?
There's enough money in that box every month that a private company like Televin can pay them a larger commission than C&P can. So the incentive for this customer here was that we can pay him 35% on the coin collections per month as opposed to what C&P is paying them.
Because C&P's commissions are in the 4 to 12% range, many businessmen are considering switching. Andrew Walker doesn't even know the name of the company that put this phone in, but he's hoping it will help increase profits at his Biddle Street convenience store.
You feel like it's going to be more than you would get through C&P?
Oh, sure. It's supposed to be. I hope so anyway.
Because C&P has earned between $5.5 and $6.5 million a year on its 27,000 phones, it is running ads urging customers and phone users to stick with its years of expertise and dependability and not to use alien phones.
As long as I can use the phone, it doesn't make a difference.
We consumers may be the real winners in the payphone wars. All the competition is likely to mean we'll find more booths and more locations when we need a phone. Dick Irby, East Baltimore, Channel 2 News.
Guess now you're going to have to look for the label. Even if a large percentage of customers get rid of C&P phones, of course C&P will continue to make money on payphones. Each independent phone is charged a $16 a month fee to use C&P lines. And a dime of each quarter per call goes to C&P.
Tonight's Missing Children Report involves the disappearance of a little girl. Take a close look at this picture. You may be able to help police locate 11-year-old Sandy Sunderland. She was last seen at school on October 7th, 1985. Police believe the Bullhead City, Arizona girl was abducted by a stranger. If you have information which could lead to Sandy's recovery, call 1-800-THE-LOST. Once again, that's 1-800-843-5678.
Gary Hart has called timeout, and he's left the campaign trail for home. We'll have that and other headlines from around the world coming up next.
Along with another look at Pagnotti's pet world, Tony continues to prove that pets are people, too, in his special report. Next.
The Channel 2 Missing Children Report was brought to you by the Amoco Oil Company and your local Amoco dealer.
Here at Gateway Chevrolet in Easton, Maryland.
Let me tell the people, at Gateway Chevrolet here on the Eastern Shore, we keep expenses down by combining business. Take, for instance, my hog farm, car dealership. By selling pigs, I can sell you a car for a lot less than those dealers that only sell cars. Cars and pigs, the perfect combination at Gateway Chevrolet. We always have the best selection of Chevrolet, Oldsmobile, and Cadillac. So for a great deal on a car, a truck, or a pig, phone TAB 0770 Easton, Maryland.
This boy and girl are the same age, but statistics show that on average, the girl should live 7 years longer. Because she's a better risk, she'll be able to buy the same individual life insurance coverage at lower cost. Basing premiums on the risk involved makes it possible to give you the fairest life insurance rates possible. It's a principle that works for us all. The lower your risk, the lower your premium.
Jim Dandy Carpet and Security in Timonium is the wholesale direct mill outlet. Here's Jim Dandy to tell you why.
I give you the bottom line carpet price in Baltimore because I keep my inventory high and my costs low. I have thousands of yards of top quality carpeting in stock for you, all in your favorite styles and colors. But my thing is price. No tricks, no gimmicks, no add-ons, just the bottom line. That's my Jim Dandy bottom line guarantee to you.
This week, Jim has carpeting from $3.99 a square yard and 9x12 remnants from just $50.
I will crush my competitors' prices.
From the breakfast table to the school at lunchtime, it's so delicious with your dinner too. It's perfect every way, just make it Smith and you, yeah. Give me Blue Ribbon every time. You know it tastes so fine. Give me Blue Ribbon every time. You know it tastes so fine. Give me Blue Ribbon every time. You know it tastes so fine.
In Maryland, new ideas grow into new businesses at the third highest rate in the country. For the enlightening facts on starting a business here, call 1-800-OK-GREEN.
The movement to end apartheid in South Africa has suffered a crushing defeat at the polls. Whites have voted overwhelmingly to put conservatives into vacant seats in Parliament. South African Archbishop Desmond Tutu calls the election the beginning of the dark ages for South African history. Another prominent black leader calls the election a vote to support white privilege. Conservative leaders say they will now demand segregation laws be honored. For some time now, we've been telling you about a barge load of garbage traveling the high seas looking for a place to weigh anchor. Tonight, that garbage could become the foundation for a Bahamas resort. A Florida businessman is considering using the trash for landfill on an island he plans to develop in the Bahamas. So far, 6 states and 2 countries have refused to let the barge dump on them. I guess it's better in the Bahamas.
Better anywhere else. 5:34 now, and the Gary Hart campaign trail is on hold tonight as the candidate falls in the polls. Mr. Hart temporarily called it quits today, leaving an ever-increasing rocky campaign trail for the seclusion of his Denver home. Gary Hart and his wife Lee cut short a 3-day campaign blitz of New Hampshire, saying they needed time to be alone. Gary Hart has steadily lost ground in public opinion polls following reports of a weekend tryst with a Florida model. Gary Hart's headaches are the subject of Roger Simon's commentary tonight. Roger?
Thanks, Ken. According to the Bible, you are not supposed to cast the first stone unless you are without sin yourself. But real life can be a little different. The entire nation, myself included, is now clucking its tongue over terrible Gary Hart. Seems he spent a number of hours at night with a woman not his wife. We know this because a team of reporters followed the woman and staked out Hart. Now, I usually defend just about everything the press does, but this strikes me as really questionable. Why? Well, we've got 2 guys running for mayor of Baltimore, for instance. Should this station or my newspaper send out reporters to hide in the bushes or to follow them? Would you like to be followed? Would the reporters who followed Hart like to be followed? I have always believed that if you're in the business of throwing stones, which I am, your house really shouldn't be glass. That's why my life is perfect and beyond reproach. But what if one of the reporters who exposed Hart was doing the same thing? Would that make any difference? Gary Hart denies he has done anything wrong, but I don't know anybody who believes it. And if I were Gary Hart, I would have used a different strategy. I would have said, everybody who has ever sinned, vote for me. Might have won by a landslide. I'm Roger Simon, Channel 2 News.
Thanks, Roger.
Thanks, Ken.
For the past few nights on the NewsHour, we've been observing National Pet Week with a series of special reports entitled Pets Are People Too. Tonight, our top dog, Tony Pagnotti, brings us the tail end of his series. Tony?
Thank you, Sally, and I just got here in the nick of time. I was walking a good friend of yours. More on that in a moment.
All right, all you pet owners, give a call now to those four-legged members of your family and tell them to gather around the TV set. Go ahead. I know many of you treat your pets as if they are your children, and that means maybe giving them the things in life that your pet didn't have as a kid.
If pets are people too, then they should be just as fashionable as their owners. Animal Instincts in Owings Mills is one pet store that takes pride in catering to pampered pooches. All right, let's see what's vogue in the latest issue of Dogue. If you want Fifi to make a fashion statement, then treat her to a chic white fur. And your boy Buffy will be a big hit with all the lassies when he proclaims, "I'm a proud, preppy puppy." And this sporty sweatsuit is a must if your dog likes to jog.
Well, it's that time of year when parents should start thinking about summer camp. Now, there's some items you want your camper to bring along. How about a good backpack? And depending on how far you're sending your camper, consider a pet passport. And maybe you feel Max hasn't quite yet mastered the doggy paddle, so take a precaution and pack a pet preserver. We all know how bad camp food can be, so pack a treat like La Pezza Pizza, Chow Chow Bow Wow.
And if you'll be eating snacks, be sure to pack toothpaste to fight those canine cavities.
You want to get your teeth brushed? Yes, you are.
Ever since they've been pups, Lorraine Enid's been brushing her kids' teeth twice a day. The daily practice keeps Button and Zipper from developing that dreaded dogotosis.
I noticed that Zipper's breath was not smelling good. And I thought,
smells good now.
It smells wonderful now. They are people too, and they're part of our family, and they have to be kept clean.
Well, actually, they have very pleasant breath, I must say.
Button, you want to give Tony a kiss? Good boy.
Birdie Jean. Birdie Jean and her mom, Polar.
While Mrs. Enid's bullish about brushing, Warner O'Neill is bullish about his breed of prize-winning bulldogs.
They understand when we're feeling good, when we're feeling poorly, and there's one thing about them. They always love to come back for more affection and help you feel good when you're feeling bad.
Close your mouth.
This breeder's top dog is Polar, selected as the best bulldog in the country last year during national competition. You say only a face an owner can love?
Do you think you look like some of your prize bulldogs?
I don't know. Maybe I do have an undershot jaw a little bit, but I guess, yeah, I definitely see people looking more like their dogs as years go by, and I don't know whether it's by association or whether they're just happens to be that way.
I think it has a lot more to do with the animal and the owner growing to look like each other over time.
Dr. Linda Reinhardt's a veterinarian who's proud as a poodle to look like her little Gigi.
Close your mouth. Don't put your tongue out either. Isn't she pretty? Isn't she pretty? She certainly is. Prettiest little girl around.
Okay, well, Polar is pretty, but isn't Bridget beautiful, sitting so nicely with her proud
little
mom?
lady, yeah.
Oh, yes, look at that.
You know, I was interested to hear what that lady was saying about how you come to look like each other over time, because Bridget and I have been together for almost 11 years. So the question is, I guess it's up to the viewers to decide whether or not there's a resemblance.
Does she or doesn't she look like Bridget?
Don't say it, Tim. I know what you're thinking, and don't say it.
But she is a great little dog. I just had a walk with her, and I think I'm going to take her out for dinner now.
She's ready. Here, don't forget her ball.
Okay.
I'll be seeing you. Here we go, Bridget.
Nice series, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
See you guys. Careful now. This could be good. Making business news tonight, the unemployment rate. At last measurement, the number of jobless in Maryland has been reduced by 0.4%. The Department of Labor and Training says that's identical to last year's seasonal drop. There's been a lot of talk this week about the American legal immigrants getting their opportunity to become citizens. Business analysts say that will have two effects. First, domestic labor prices will increase as those who provide such services no longer fear the possibility of deportation. Secondly, employers will now have to fear someone they hired might be illegal and they could be held accountable. Watch for better background and reference checks at the entry job level. Ford Motor Company today with a new car, the Festiva, designed in Germany, assembled in Korea from Japanese parts. Has a base price of less than $5,800. It'll be on the market nationwide by fall, this summer in the western states. Stock market was mixed today. At the close, the Dow lost 7.5 points to 2334.66. Volume was heavy. Analysts said the market had an overall drifting pattern all day, watching the Treasury Department's auction of 30-year bonds and waiting to see the amount of Japanese participation in that auction. And tough news for teenage boys, courtesy of Donnelly Marketing. Teenage girls would rather go shopping than go out with a boyfriend. In fact, 93% say shopping is their #1 pastime. Boys and dating rate only 6th. That's the business news.
5:41, and if you're just joining us for Channel 2 News at 5, welcome. Topping our news hour tonight, reaction to that startling study concerning alcohol and breast cancer. We talked with several women today about the latest evidence showing a strong link between moderate drinking and breast cancer. The study shows as few as 3 drinks a week can increase the risk 40 to 50%. That same study found women who drink every day boost their risk to close to 100% over non-drinkers. However, most of the women we talked with said they weren't too concerned. Most say they'll wait for additional proof. Another health concern also topped Baltimore's first news hour. Channel 2 News has learned there is a severe shortage of paramedics in Baltimore City. There are 51 vacancies on a Baltimore force of 140. That's a third less paramedics than the city says is needed. And that's putting a real strain on emergency medical services. In some cases, Baltimore City firefighters are being asked to fill in.
Well, sports fans, the Orioles tried for a clean sweep this afternoon. Did they do it? Scott Garceau has the answer coming up next.
Along with a live report on the start of the soccer playoffs, the Blast kick it off next on Channel 2 News.
The good things always come easy at your nearby 7-Eleven store. 7-Eleven has 16-ounce Pepsi products in non-returnable bottles, only $1.99 a 6-pack. Enjoy a cool, delicious Embassy ice cream sandwich for just $1.25 each. And a 5-pack of Bic lighters, just 49 cents plus tax after manufacturer's $2 mail-in rebate.
At 7-Eleven, get the good things easy.
Let's go. I can't. I gotta cut the grass. Maybe tomorrow will start. It'll start. Come here, I'll show you. Oh, no. Oh, yes.
Only Toro offers the GTS guarantee. Your GTS engine will start on the first or second pull for 2 years, or Toro will fix it free.
Hey, Eddie. Yeah, Dad? Come here. Oh, no. Oh, yes.
Save up to $70 on a new Toro at these Toro dealers.
The Armory Museum of Military History, located at 4149 Amos Avenue in Baltimore, is now open Tuesday through Saturday, 9 to 5. Admission is free.
S10 pickups and S10 Blazers have never been so cheap at Jerry Chevrolet. Buy now and get $750 of no-charge factory options. No down payment, 3.9% financing, or a $600 factory rebate. No tricks, no gimmicks, no add-ons. At Jerry Chevrolet, you get a fully equipped brand new S10 four-wheel drive air-conditioned Blazer with no down payment for only $278 a month. Or if you prefer an S10 pickup with no down payment, pay only $141 a month only at Jerry Chevrolet.
My neighbor Bob recommended I get a Lennox air conditioner. Am I glad I did? Get up to $300 trade-in on your old unit, plus 0% financing on the Lennox Power Saver and others, up to $300 in trade. Lennox trade-in and financing will keep us cool, no matter what we do this summer.
For quality heating and air conditioning, sales and service, call Valley Heating and Air Conditioning, 282-3574. Your comfort depends on heating and air conditioning you can trust. Lennox, available at the Cummins Appliance Company, 484-1333.
think our Scott Garceau heard it was the dog days at Channel 2, so he decided to stay at the Baltimore Arena and do the sports tonight. What's happening down there, Scott?
Well, we got playoffs down here, Ken, and it should be a big night. The Blast to open off their playoff season, the second season, this one for the money, as they take on Dallas, so we'll have a lot of excitement down here. Let's first fill you in on some Oriole news today. They made a couple of roster moves. Jeff Ballard called up from Rochester. He's 5-0 with a 1.18 ERA. The Orioles tell us that he'll be the starting pitcher Saturday night in Chicago. They also recalled catcher Dave Van Gorder, who has some National League experience. He's been called up to the Orioles. Floyd Rayford goes down to Rochester, so the Orioles will still have to make one more move to get down to the 24-player limit. Now, the Orioles tried to complete their three-game sweep in Minneapolis today. Let's take a look at some highlights as they come to us from the Metrodome out there. First off, we've got Gladden at the plate. He's got a base hit right here that scores Newman in the first inning, and that was a 1-0 lead at that point. The Twins out on top. It was 2-1 Twins in the seventh. Kirby Puckett with a base hit right here scores Newman to make it 3-1. And then Gary Gaetti, who had 3 hits on the day, scores 2 right here still in the seventh inning. And Minnesota was on top at this point, 5-1. Orioles came back and got one in their half of the eighth. Ray Knight with a base hit scored Cal Ripkins. Cal scored both Oriole runs today, but it wasn't enough. Flanagan takes the loss. The Orioles lose 5-2 as Mike Flanagan becomes baseball's first 5-game loser. Now the O's go on to Chicago for 3 with the White Sox this weekend. Got a couple of interesting defensive plays in last night's Braves and Expos games. Let's go to Atlanta for a look at this action. First of all, Tom Foley at the plate. He hits a fly ball out to right field. Murphy kind of misjudges it and almost made the catch the second time around behind his back, but give him the error on that one. Then Murphy at the plate hits one to right field. Mitch Webster on the run. He not only makes the catch, but negotiates the wall right there, hung on to the baseball. He wasn't injured. That's a nice defensive play, and also some pretty good gymnastics as he went both ways over the wall. But here tonight, it's the Blast taking on Dallas, and with us, we have Blast goalkeeper. Come on in here, Keith Van Aaron, who will be between the posts tonight. And I said it's the second season. I guess everybody's ready to go this time of year.
That's true. It's like a brand new start for us all. I feel like it's opening day again. It is really the opening day of the second season, and I think we're ready. We've had 2 physical practices yesterday and the day before, and even Bruce Savage was kicking people in practice. So when that's happening, you know you're ready.
Keith, I got to talk a little about the past. I know you want to think about the future, but this club has been struggling at home. How do you feel about you've dominated teams here for years?
Well, one of the teams that we got beat at home by was the Dallas Sidekicks that we're playing tonight. We have to win tonight. To me, it's a must-win situation, and I think all the guys know that we've let the fans down the last couple of weeks, and we have no intention of letting them down anymore. Tonight's the night to turn it around.
We're looking at some highlights here.